So today we're going to use matrices to solve systems, but we're going to start with a regular algebra equation. And in algebra, we solved this equation a couple of different ways. One way was taking and dividing both sides by 3. Another way is to multiply by the multiplicative inverse, or the reciprocal, to both sides. Thus, the 1/3 and the 3 reduced to a 1x. And the 15 and the 3 reduced to a 5, and x ends up equaling 5. Great. Now, matrices work in a similar way. If we multiply some matrix A by an unknown matrix, I'll give it a question mark, and set that equal to another matrix B, and I want to get this unknown matrix by itself, then I must multiply by the inverse of A in order to make this quantity here equal 1. Multiplying the inverse times its matrix gets me 1, and 1 times anything is that unknown matrix. But notice, since multiplication is not commutative under matrices, if I multiply the matrix A by its inverse on the left, I must do the same with the inverse of A and B and use the multiplication of the inverse of A on the left. This will get me a multiplication of two matrices, which end up resulting in my unknown matrix. Let's apply this to a problem. First of all, we're going to use our calculator to find the inverse of a matrix. So let's get out those calculators, turn them on, and what we're going to do is the following. We're going to type in this matrix. In order to do that, you'll see there's a matrix button right here in blue, so I go second, matrix, and notice what comes up. I got matrix A, matrix B, I've got some stuff in here, you may not have anything. I want to go over to edit, and I'm going to edit matrix A, so I hit 1. And right now matrix A is a 3 by 3, and I want it to be a 2 by 2. So I'm going to type in 2 by 2 and hit enter. Notice it changes the matrix to a 2 by 2, and I type in my elements of 5, 6, -4, and 2. Once that matrix in, I want to quit, so second, quit, and I go back to my home screen. And now I'm going to type matrix once again, and this time I'm going to hit the button 1. Instead of moving over to edit, I'm going to hit 1, and on my home screen you'll notice matrix A comes up, and then I'm going to hit my inverse button, which is right below the matrix, like so. And what the calculator will do is it will calculate the inverse of the matrix here. Now you'll notice these are all decimals. If I want to change this to fractions, I go second, math, or actually I don't even need to go second, sorry about that. I just go math, frac, and notice this is my inverse matrix. So you can see in this case that I have 1/17, 2/17, -3/17, and my last was a 5/34, and that is my inverse matrix. I can do the same for a 3 by 3. Let's go through the process. I'm going to clear all this off my home screen. I'm going to hit matrix again. I'm going to move over to edit. I'm going to edit matrix 1, or matrix A. It's a 2 by 2. I want to make it a 3 by 3, so I go 3, enter 3, and notice it turns a 2 by 2 to a 3 by 3. I type in my elements, -4, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 5, 6, and 2. So there's my 3 by 3. I quit out of the screen. I hit once again matrix. I want matrix A, which is my 3 by 3. I want to take the inverse, and then I want to make sure I have a fractional answer, so I hit math frac right off the bat, and it'll calculate the matrix with fractions. So you'll notice my first row, second row, third row, and I should have a 3 by 3 in the end. I'm only seeing part of it. These dots over here indicate there's a whole nother column over here, which I can get to in a minute. So let's take and write these down. That's 6/31, -8/31, and -9/31. -6/31, 8/31, -9/31. There's my first column. Second column, 2/31, -13/31, and 34. 2, -13, 34, and these were all 31sts. And now I want to see that last column, so I go back and I hit my over button, and there's my last column. I have 1/31, 9/31, and -14/31. So 1, 9, I've already forgotten the last one, -14. These are all 31sts. So now we know how to find inverses of matrices. This is a really difficult process if you didn't have a calculator, and if you move into pre-calc or go into some higher order math, they will show you other ways to do this by hand just in case you don't have a calculator. So now we're going to talk about converting a system into a matrix. Turns out any system can be expressed in terms of a matrix equation. For instance, notice all the coefficients in this system. I have 2, 1, 1, and -1. 2, 1, 1, -1, x and y. If I do rows by columns on this multiplication, there's 2x and 1y, 2x and 1y, equaling 10. We did this a couple of days ago. Rows by column, once again, row by column, there's 1x minus a y is equal to 2. Now, this is my unknown matrix. This is matrix A. This is matrix V. And I'm asking matrix A times what for x and y is going to give me matrix B. If I can solve for x and y, I'll have solved my x and y in this system. So what I really need to do is I need to multiply the A matrix by its inverse, thus leaving me with x and y. Likewise, multiply the inverse of A by B. And I'm going to do that. Let's first type in the matrix A, which is a 2 by 2. So let's go ahead and plug these values in. We're going to plug in the A matrix in the B matrix and then find the value of the inverse of A times B. I hit second matrix. I want to edit matrix A, which is a 2 by 2. Hit 2 by 2, enter. I'm going to type in 2, 1, 1, -1. I'm going to quit that. Then I want to type in matrix B, so I'm going to go second matrix, edit, matrix 2. That's a 2 by 1. Already got that in my calculator. And there are my values of 10 and 2. Quit that. Go back to my home screen. I want to calculate A inverse B. So I go second matrix, A, hit the inverse button, hit second matrix again, hit number 2 for the B matrix, hit enter, and bam, here we go. I have a value of 4 and 2. That 4 and 2 represent the XY matrix. So for this system, X is equal to 4, Y is equal to 2. Plug it in to check. This is 4 and 2 here. There's 8 and 2 is 10. And 4 minus 2 is 2. Checks. Super convenient. What's even better is that we can also use matrices to solve 3 by 3s, 4 by 4s, 5 by 5s, whatever. And it does it in a matter of the time that it takes you to plug those values into your calculator. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to call matrix A equal to the coefficients of this system. So that's 1, 4, -1, 2, -1, 2, -3, 1, -3. Then I have my unknown matrix, which is made up of my X, Y's, and Z's. And that's going to equal my B matrix of -7, 15, and -22. Now it's time to pop everything into our calculator. So we move over. Again, I hit second matrix. Let's try it again. Second matrix. We want to edit matrix A, which we're going to make a 3 by 3. Changed everything to a 3 by 3. Type all your values in as seen here. Quit out of that screen. Next, we're going to go second matrix. We want to edit matrix B, which is the number 2. I want that to be a 3 by 1, 3 by 1. We're going to type in our numbers here, -7, 15, -22. Quit out of that. Hit matrix A inverse, matrix B, enter. Notice I get 3 numbers, which should be X, Y, and Z of 2, -1, 5. Those are X, Y, and Z, and we can check it. 2 and -4 is -2, -5 is -7. And if you check it for each one of these, it'll work. That took literally seconds, no work. We're going to use this once we've become comfortable with solving a 3 by 3 matrix and use it to help solve some word problems, because the whole concept of just being able to set up the word problems should be the hardest part, not actually solving them. That's all I've got. Make sure you fill out your survey, do your Connect Ed problems. See you tomorrow.